Friends, welcome you all on the behalf of RAHUL Tutorials. So as you know that I am RAHUL and this is somewhat around my channel whose name is actually the RAHUL Tutorials. So now let's begin with the very interesting topics which are often being asked in terms of your Neet, often the Aiims, often the All India Pre-Medical Examination. So these are literally belonging from which of the chapters of your book. So these are belonging from the here in terms of the human reproduction. So here we are going to study about what? So here we are going to study about the pregnancy as well as the embryogenic stage. So when we are talking about this, you have to understand the certain facts in it, such as what? So your pregnancy as well as the embryogenic stage in terms of the human last for around how much? So it will be lasting for about around the here in terms of the 9 months as well as what? As well as 270 days as well as what? Mean in terms of the 36 weeks. Now often when we are talking about these cases, mean in terms of the what? In terms of the pregnancy as well as the embryogenic stage. So it will be proceeding with reference to what? With reference by the help of the four of the vital types of the codes as well as the different types of the process in it. So these are actually what? Tell me. They are actually what? So these are like this, such as the cleavage. Then what? Cleavage. Then in terms of the blastocyst stage. Then in the third you will be having the implantation. Then in the fourth you will be having what? So you will be having the gastrulation process in it. So now let's understand about this meaning term of the detail. So primarily we will be having what? So we will be having the cleavage. So let's as well as when we are talking about these cases, means what are actually the cleavage. So you have to remember the certain facts in it. So this process will be occurring when? So this process will be occurring in term when the zygote will be literally transformed from what? Will be transformed from your fallopian tube towards what? Towards the uterus region. Often when we are talking about these cases, been in term of what are actually the fallopian tube. So you are very clear about them. So these are the part of actually your female reproductive organ, often being further divided in terms of what? In terms of the three broad categories. So these are what? So these are the isthmus. Then what? Then the ampulla. Then what? Infundibulum. So your isthmus will be opening in terms of what? So when we are talking about the case in terms of the isthmus, so it will be particularly opening in terms of what? Can you tell me? So it will be opening in terms of the here, meaning in terms of the uterus. Often when we are talking about the second case, so these are actually what? So these are the middle portion. Means what? Meaning in terms of the ampulla. In the third you are having what? In the third we are having here, meaning in terms of the infundibulum stage. So when we are talking about the case in terms of the infundibulum stage, so these will be particularly done as well as it will be opening into what? So it will be opening in terms of the here, meaning in terms of the ovary. Now, so let's proceed. So when we are talking about these cases in terms of what? The cleavage process. So your zygote will be again particularly being done what? So your zygote will be particularly being divided in terms by the mode of the mitosis. So you are very clear about that, means what are actually the mitosis. So these are the unique type of the cell division. Remember? So we are having the two different types of the cell division. These are the mitosis as well as the meiosis. So in the case of the mitosis, what will be happening? So these are known as what? So these are known as the here, meaning in terms of the equitonal division. So in this case, what will be happening? The identical daughter cells will be produced from what? From the parental one. So you are very clear about that. Often we are having these categories. So remember, we are having the spindle fibers, often the sister chromatids. So these are actually what? So these are the parts when we are talking about the case in terms of the here, in terms of the mitosis as well as the meiosis. So these are actually what? The different types of the cases of what? The cell division. In terms of the mitosis, what will be happening? So we will be having the here, in terms of the division, in terms of what? These are known as the equitonal division. So your parental cell will be divided in terms of what? Will be divided into the two broad, often what? Identical cells, which will be resembling the same state as like their parents, as well as these will be what? So these are actually identical in nature. After that we are having the meiosis. So meiosis will be what? So these are known as the reductional division. Why is it so? This is due to because your chromosomes number are particularly being reduced by. Thus, in this case, what will be happening? Thus, in this case, your zygote will be particularly being divided by the mode of what? By the mode of actually the mitosis. And you are very clear about that, means what are actually the mitosis. After that, what will be happening? So it will be divided in terms of the 2, then what? Then the 4, as well as the 8, as well as the 16, in terms of the blastocyst. Often, here, these zygotes are generally known as what? So these zygotes are particularly coming under the stage. So these are known as what? So these are known as the marsupialized stage. So these are particularly the specialized type of the stage. Such as we are often having the different type of the vital stage in terms of our railway stations. Example, etc. Likewise, here we are often having what? So here we are having the marsupialized stage. Find here. So your marsupialized stage are generally being found in terms of what? In terms of the 4th day of the fertilization. And you are very clear about that, means what are actually the fertilization, the unique process in which there will be the counter mechanism of the sperm with reference to the ovum, which are actually the reproductive cell in terms of the male reproductive organ as well as the female reproductive. As well, when we are talking about these cases, what are actually the blastula stage. So in this case, what will be happening? So in this case, your medulla cells, which are particularly coming under from what case? So these are coming under from your medulla stage, will be particularly divided as well as what, and redivided in order to form around 64 of the cells. So these are 64 of the cells of the blastomeres. So you are very clear about that, means what are actually the blastomeres. Often these meaning term of the cells. So these are particularly what? So these are the building block of life. So now let's understand with reference to the another of the facts in it. So we will be having what? After that you are often having the certain types of the stage in it. So these are actually what? So these are the diploblastic stage as well as what? As well as the blastula stage. So now let's understand about these meaning term of the detail. So these are what? So by the dynamic rearrangement of what? By the dynamic rearrangement of the outermost layer of the cell, what will be happening? So your cells will particularly become flat in nature, as well as this stage on which the particular cells will become flat in nature. So this will be known as what? So this will be coming under your diploblastic stage. So find here. So here is somewhat the diploblastic layer. Often what? The stage where these particularly being formed. So these are known as what? So these are known as the diploblastic stage. After that, now let's understand about this, which what actually the blastula stage. So when we are talking about the blastula stage, so in the meanwhile, what will be happening? So your innermost layer of cell will become particularly active, and the stage on which it will particularly becoming active, coming under what case? So it will be known as the blastula stage, as well as the overall structure will be known as what? So it will be known as the blastocoel. So find it. As well as when we are talking about this case in terms of what? In terms of the implantation, then the blastula stage. So you are often having the two kinds of what? The stages in it. So these are what? So these are the implantation, then the gastrulation. So now let's understand about these means what are actually the implantation. So these are the unique process in which what will be happening. So your blastocyst will be particularly being attached with reference to the with reference to what? With reference to the walls of the projection of the female reproductive organ. In order to what? In order for what actually? In order to acquire the sufficient amount of the food, often the nutrition. So remember, so your blastocyst often require the amount of the nutrition. Why is it so? This is due to because it is actually the living component, which will particularly becoming what? The zygote, often the embryo. So primarily, in terms of what? It will be becoming the zygote, then what? Then the embryo. After that, you will be having the different types of the course in it. In terms of what? In terms of the first trimester, the second trimester, as well as the third trimester. So these are the particular, the three different periodic time with reference of the course of the 9-month period. Now, and after that, we are often having the different types of the stage. So we have dealt about what? So we have dealt about the implantation, and after that we are having what? The gastrulation. So these are what? So in this case, so these are actually the morphogenic stage, or rather what? In this stage, what will be happening? So in this case, the morphogenic movement with reference to what? With reference to your cell will be taking place. Thus, in this case, what will be happening? Thus, in this case, there will be the change in terms of what? In terms of the shape and size. In terms of what? In terms of your cell. Of what? So cells of the embryo. So these are what? So these are actually the cells only. So remember, so primarily originating from the bacterial cells, such as what? The sperm cells as well as the ovum cells. After that, meaning term of your gastrulation, often playing an important role for the development of what? For the development of the maturing part of the female reproductive organ. So these are what? So these are the ectoderm as well as the mesoderm, as well as what? As well as the endoderm. So these are what? So these are the particular matured part with reference to your flow in terms of what? In terms of the female reproductive organ. So this is somewhat the condition when we are talking about in terms of the lecture of the human reproduction, in which we have dealt about what? In which we have dealt about the embryogenic stage as well as the pregnancy stage. Often we have dealt about what? The different types of the steps which are particularly being involved. So these are actually what? So these are the cleavage. Then what? Then the implantation. After that, we are often having the blastula stage, often the gastrulation. As well as we have understood about these processes in terms of the brief. So you could often write these. So if you like the work with reference to the education as well as the lecture, so you could often subscribe, like, as well as share my videos with reference to what? With reference to the RAHUL tutorials. So very thank you. Please like, subscribe as well as share. Very thank you.